Hi everyone, this is Lady T with your fire signs, Guardians of the Galaxy guidance reading. Um, Please like, share, and subscribe so I can grow my channel. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's already done so. I really appreciate your support, and I hope that we can continue to grow. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. So I decided to have some fun because I have lots of different decks and I like to do unique kind of readings. So I decided to do something different with this because there's so much energy going on right now and it's just a lot going on. So I just wanted to do a reading and see, if you guys like this. So if you give me some feedback, to say yes or no, no negativity like that, but I would like to know whether or not you enjoy this reading. So let's go ahead and get started, fire signs. We're going to look at your top row up here first. Then we're going to talk about the cards that clarify it and some of the other cards that I use to get further information. So here across the top, we have the Hangman, King of Pentacles, the Devil, Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Three of Cups, Six of Cups. Second row, we have Five of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, Three of Wands, the Empress, and Two of Wands. So one thing I want to say is what happened here is there was a lot of confusion with this Five of Swords here, which led to the Hangman. The Ten of Pentacles is something that the King of Pentacles wants. And so, there's been some betrayal here, hence the devil energy and or the obsessiveness, the fear. Those are the two things that I'm getting off of that card. The other thing, this could involve a karmic or a third party, maybe, because we did have the Three of Cups over here as well. But I'm not going to focus that much on that because that energy isn't very strong, even if it is here. So then you've got, a lot of regret with the Five of Cups. And so the King of Pentacles is wanting to rush towards their happiness. Here we have the Page of Swords, which is somebody who's gaining, knowledge, learning, right? And so they know that they want to work together with this Empress, who is the goal. So you could be the Empress, they could be the Empress, but, that's the story I'm getting. The waiting for things to happen on their side, whether it be you waiting or they waiting for things to happen, has caused a lot of Eight of Swords being up in your head, feeling trapped kind of energy. And the Empress, is the goal. She's balanced, she walks in her power, she doesn't stress. She's going with the flow kind of thing. And she is, the one you want to celebrate with this Three of Cups. But you've also got this Two of Wands, and that is, feeling, sort of nostalgic. And that's what's causing potentially the Two of Wands. But you do have a direction and you are moving slowly towards the Empress because you have gone from the Three of Wands to the Two of Wands. So, and you need to make a decision. So I need to say that as well. Here, and if you haven't made one, you will be making one soon. So I used the Starseed Oracle. I'm sorry, this is the Light Seers Tarot deck up here at the top. This is the Starseed Oracle here. And so I clarified each one of these cards here with one card here. So I grouped these together. And so the first one that you got was New Beginnings, Signs, and Elements. So that came up for the Five of Swords and the Hangman right here on the end. Next, for the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, you have Gaia. Divine Healing is available. Ask for energy. So there's something here that needs to be healed. And so keep that in mind, okay? There's that betrayal, the Ten of Swords, so keep that in mind. You also need to, at this time, ground yourself because that's the energy that came out with the Devil and the Ten of Swords. So besides the divine healing that's coming in, to also engage in grounding activities to keep your emotions balanced. Next, with the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords, we got karmic contracts, logical. And so, again, that's why I said there could be a karmic situation that is sort of wrapping up, if you will. Next, with the Three of Pentacles, Page of Swords, we got light codes, 12th dimension, new perspective. So again, you are being given that new information, whether that's from spirit and these light codes coming down for you, but you are getting the new perspective, which goes back to the Hangman where we started. Next, for the Eight of Swords and the Three of Wands, we got awakening code, mirror synchronicities. So be paying attention to the signs and synchronicities that are happening around you, and then understanding that you also could be going through an awakening, which is also adding to the being up in your head and maybe being that confused individual over here. With the Three of Cups and the Empress, we got infinite love, unified duality, and that tells me to I got two different messages with that. The duality of who we are as individuals needs to be unified, meaning the divine feminine, the divine masculine, each one of us. But then in a relationship, they have to be balanced within that relationship as well. And then we got the Six of Cups and the Two of Wands, and we got past lives, Crystal Master. Something told me, maybe you need to work with crystals to stand in your power, to give you that balance, to give you that energy to move forward, because he is also holding his staff, to send a sign of, I'm standing in my power. So that was the message that I got on the visual with that. Now, these next cards are going to be from the Cosmic Energy Oracle that gives you your soul's reflections. So I got a variety of messages with this, and we'll go through those, and then I'll give you my thoughts on each one as we hit them. This one's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to get healing with the moon. And this is about putting your action out there, putting the intent behind your action and moving forward, or rather as you move forward. You have the Egyptian mother goddess, which is talking about being generous, charming, patient, and calm, but it also led me to believe that each one of the individuals in this scenario, fire signs, they carry these attributes. So next you have the astrology planets Neptune, which is all about using vision, expression, having compassion, and then also being open to spiritual connection. So again, you've got a couple of cards here that speak to getting, closer to spirit and getting the wisdom that you need. You've got the Hangman here. What else did you have? You had gaining the new perspective with this card. You had divine healing with this card. And it just, I don't know, I get this feeling from the overall message that spirit is behind all of this and is helping you at this time. And whatever the situation is, whoever is involved, compassion is needed in this situation. Next you have, and again, that leads back to the Ten of Swords there. You've got Uranus next, which is talking about change, evolution, freedom, and growth, which to me is what's going to be the outcome of this situation. You've got the Andromeda Chained Woman card, which is talking about telepathic communication, in which this brings peace, love, and harmony. And again, I get the feeling that's coming from divine here at this point. But I also know that, having watched twin flame readings and learning about twin flames, if you guys are not physically in union, you are in union in the 5D. So that could be where the telepathic communication between the two of you is occurring there. It just has not come into fruition on the 3D level yet. Next, we have Egyptian astrology, Geb, Earth God, and this is talking about being caring, having, being caring, having honesty, shy, and faithful. So again, it lends me to believe that this reading is about two individuals in particular, or maybe a few of you are going through this situation with you and your twin flame or soulmate is what I'm getting from this. And so it's bringing out lots of different facets. It's bringing out each of your attributes, their attributes, etc. Because next you have, Egyptian astrology, Horus, sky god, and then you have optimistic, charming, and determined. So one of you has already stepped in their power, which I believe would be the Empress, and the other is working on stepping into, I would believe, in this case, is the King of Pentacles. And then your last two cards talk about, again, what I call attributes of one of you. So one of you could have Virgo in your chart, which is talking about you giving pure love and being selfless. And then the next one is talking about Venus, and it's going to be bringing the love, romance, the connection and intimacy, the gentleness and the beauty back to not only you as an individual, but you as a relationship together. Okay, so next I went to the Lemurian Star Child Oracle deck, and the first one we got was, because this wasn't the first one. Yeah, this is the first one. Well of Dreams. Creation, vision, messages, dissolve the veil, bliss, dreams. So what that told me was pay attention to your dreams. Things are going to change because the illusion that has happened in the past is going to be dissolved with that veil. Walking in creation, okay, and then that also led me to say that this is a new creation, meaning that spirit is stepping in to make the situation new. And then also that you're going to have potentially increased visions, so pay attention to them, as well as messages. And you had that also appear with the Awakening Code Mirror Synchronicity message there. So here, the next one is Sacred Mountain. Again, it's talking about vision quest. So when I hear vision quest, to me that is a journey of awakening, where you are going to be enlightened about some things, where you're going to get the clarity and truth that this card talks about with the Sacred Mountain. And it's talking about Shambhala, and again, another message of deep healing. So to me, spiritually, there's a lot of spiritual assistance in this particular situation for you fire signs. So, you're getting a lot of help from the universe. And then you're also getting help from various other entities, galactic guiders, if you will, that really are coming into your aid. This is from the Acturians, which is about pure white light, DNA healing, and sacred geometry stepping in to assist on a higher plane, if you will. Next, I went to the Children of the Cosmos deck. And so the first one I got was at a crossroads, which leads me back to your Two of Wands. And having the discernment and making sure that you let your heart guide you as you move forward, not your head, your heart. Okay, next we have, which is funny, discernment. We are learning to discern the truth from lies. Because remember, we had that Five of Swords card up here, which was confusion. We had to get a different perspective because we were all caught up in something. Remember, we had the Eight of Swords. So we feel like we're all caught up and trapped in our mind. We can't make a decision, can't move forward with that devil energy, fear, or whatever else is behind that. And so now we're getting the things that we need to make a decision. So here, this says, we are at the rainbow bridges. We bridge spirit to matter and heaven to earth. And so I know that, we are definitely going through some energy alignments right now. You're having all the planets shifting. You know, you've got so much going on right now, and that's what led me to do this kind of reading. So you're having bridges to be created between heaven and earth, and that lends me to believe to bring heaven to earth, if you will. That's what I get with that card. And then all eyes on earth. Number one, earth is being very, very protected and guided at this time as a collective whole. But this is just confirmation of that. It says all of the cosmos is watching the earth at this time and cheering us on. So again, you know, our galactic guardians, they are with us and helping us at this time. And then the last message here is celebrate being human. Existence is a miracle. And that to me, you know, just tells us to make sure that we are walking with an attitude of gratitude in every situation. If you feel like you can't walk in that attitude of gratitude, then start small and keep going until you really get into that place of being thankful for everything that you have, because you are truly blessed at this time. The messages from the Palladian Oracle. And the first one we got was Maya. Let me go ahead and actually pull the book out on these because I do not remember what these cards mean. So give me just a second. Okay, so so Maya, which I thought was interesting, is about getting back to your childlike energy. And you know, doing things that bring out that the innocence and just the pure joy of how you were as a child before everything, you know, else started to come into your life, which changed your personality. You know, all those things we go through as a child, you know, that sort of thwart our natural being in essence. Energy work. This is talking about you being a healer of some sort, and that you can either do energy healing, you can heal yourself, you can heal others. And it lends me to tell you that you might need to get some energy healing, which is known as Reiki. With the next one, the fifth dimensional access card, basically opening yourself up to access higher dimensions, spending time with spirit, you know, so that you can let go of judgments or your way of looking at things. Again, that hangman perspective is really standing out also to get that new perspective. Sound codes is about, you know, if you like to sing, you know, this talks about praying, this talks about singing, but using sound as a healing, not only for yourself, but for others. So if you like to sing, that's one way to achieve this. And then also stepping into your creativity and getting out of the routine and the mundane, because that in itself is something that thwarts your energy as a fire sign. We like routine, but we don't like it forever. We like that that how can I we don't like patterns. We don't like them for long. I mean, we can do things that are routine because we understand we have to do them, but our natural tendency, because I'm a Leo, is to step into unique and creative and out of the box kind of situations. We like that kind of stuff. It sort of just, I don't know, it speaks to the fire in us and the creativity. Next, I pulled out my Atlantean deck by Diane Cooper. I think Diana Cooper. Let me say that correctly. And so we have cooperation here. And we did have the Three of Pentacles here. So to me, collaboration, cooperation, pretty close together kind of thing. And then you have the Three of Cups too. Again, you know, gathering together, working together, you know, is a central theme in this message as well. What I like about this is talking about what can you share today. And to me, this is about giving back. You know, it talks about giving things away that you don't need. It also talks about cooperating, being generous hearted, that kind of thing. So to me, it also speaks to decluttering. If you have a lot of things, the question is why do you have a lot of things? And you really to go through them and give them to others that could probably potentially need them more than you do, especially if you're not using them. Love of animals. This again is this talks about not only your love of animals, but that animals are trying to speak to you at this time, um, and that they are trying to offer you um, some kind of communication. So be open to that. If you are getting messages from, maybe went outside for a walk and, you have birds chirping around you, or you have a dog or a cat or whatever, and they're very close to you, but you get a sense that they're trying to communicate with you, kind of thing. High priest. This is talking about stepping into your power, balancing and staying in your power, really being authentically yourself, taking the leadership in a situation, making sure you act with integrity, kind of thing, so that you make the best decisions for everybody concerned, and also selfless service. Contemplation, this is talking, about spending some time to contemplate. And the best way to do this is really about, getting out into nature, and maybe meditating in nature, because that way you're getting not only the information from Mother Gaia, but you're also, you're just out in nature, and you're letting the wind, and just the natural elements help you at this time during the contemplation to give you messages too. You've got the Sphinx here, which is another message. And this is really, which I thought was interesting, this is about maintaining your silence at this time. If there's something that you need to keep to yourself, that you keep to yourself until it's the right time to share with others. And then the last card, which I thought was totally applicable to this reading, is the Balance card. And this is basically, make sure that you are being reciprocal, you're giving and receiving, that you are maintaining balance in every area of your life, to include your chakras, and that you are, again, this is a message about breathing deep, which for me, whenever I'm doing that, that's automatically going to take me into a meditative state when I do deep breathing like that. So again, all of these things are about balance, and getting back to your authentic self, and not letting the fear that was up here or the Eight of Swords happen. Getting into your relationship with spirit more, so that you can have that trust, faith, and confidence to stand, walk in integrity. So far that's what your messages are talking about. Here we did the Priestess of Light Oracle messages for you. In the first one, which I thought was funny because I just talked about meditation and breathing, sacred breath and sound, life force and communication. To me, this is about, when you get quiet, you hear from spirit. You are guided. You're in such a peaceful place that you're in a space to be able to hear, and receive the messages that spirit is trying to give you, as well as your intuition. Divine Mother, nurturing compassion and grace. This is about giving yourself compassion, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, but also doing the same for others. Giving people grace at this time is being asked of you. So you nurture others, but you also, and give grace to yourself, but you do that for others as well. It goes back to that reciprocity thing. Bright heart light, open connections. So at this time, we talked about healing up here. And there's, when I look at these cards, there is a fair amount of green in some aspect on these cards, which tells me, that's about your heart chakra. And so I believe that, you're going through a time where you're getting over this betrayal, and you're letting that fear from the betrayal, you're releasing that. and you're healing your heart at this time too, so that you can open up connections, not just to spirit, but connections on the 3D, with this relationship between you and the King of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles and you. Again, clarity, okay? We talked about illusion, so you could have been in an illusion about something, and now you are coming out of that illusion. And this is of clarity coming through for you. And just releasing, understanding and walking in your power, that you know what you know, and not allowing yourself to get all caught up in your head with this confusion card, with this Eight of Swords card, with this Devil card, and walking in fear. Now you have harvest, which is a gathering of blessings. And that lends me going back to that card where we talked about being grateful for what you have, and walking in an attitude of gratitude, because this is harvest time for you. And so this is a time for not only for you to be thankful, but this is a time for you to share your harvest. Okay. And then the last one is sensuality, feminine wisdom, and passion. Excuse me. So this is talking to me about stepping back into who you are genuinely. You are normally a very sensual person. You are normally, the Empress is the embodiment of all the queens. So she can be any of them at any time, and she balances all of them. And so that lends to that sensuality, that lends to the feminine wisdom that you are being asked to embody at this time, along with the passion, which is going to bring back that creativity that we discussed also. Okay, and here we are finally at the last portion of the cards that I pulled for you. This one is let's see here. This one is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. So the first one you got was the Ascension Flame, number 4, liberation, sense of greater purpose, high expectations. And again, to me, this is you stepping into that Empress energy if you're not there. This could also be the King of Pentacles stepping into their power as well to become the Emperor. So however that works. But this is also telling me, based on the visual on the card too, that this is, again, an awakening. You are going to go through an ascension here. You've got number 17 next, which is the Inner Oracle. So third eye, specifically expansion most likely, and you are a channel. You may be getting a lot of sense of deja vu at this point in time. And be careful, because you can call things into fruition right now with all of these energies. Be careful what you're manifesting. Be careful what you're saying, because they truly can come into fruition very quickly, because time is speeding up right now. We have next number 21, which I thought was very, very synchronistic, because when you add 4 and 17 together, you get 21. And then you get number 21. So I thought it was pretty interesting about that. Light Seeker, Light Quest, Visionary, Mental Strength, Resilience. So you're a very strong individual. You have a lot of wisdom from past lives. And so you are coming into that. This says Light Quest. You had the other card that talked about Visual Quest. So you are definitely going to go through an ascension process, and you're going to see things definitely differently as you move forward. You've got Golden Light Ray, love, laughter, receiving and giving gifts, passionate projects. Again, this is getting back into your passion, your creativity, doing the things that your soul is calling you to do. And this is number 16. And I did not realize I put this card from the other deck in this deck. So we'll read it. It's number 12, touching earth, planting something new. So again, to me, this lends to you are planting new seeds. You are understanding the relationship between, the manifestation of your dreams and your desires. and how that has played out in the past, because maybe you manifested from a place that wasn't your highest vibe place, and you didn't understand that. So you didn't realize that some of the things you were manifesting and some of the things that came in your life were due to the energy vibration that you were at the time when you were manifesting those. That's the last message that I have for you. Fire signs, I hope that this helps you. And I do wish you much love and light. Again, please let me know if you like this reading, if you like how this went, and please, just tell me very briefly whether you like it or not, and I will very clearly understand whether I should do anything like this again. But I did enjoy it. I love to do different kinds of readings, and I was just, I was led to do this reading, so I do hope that it helps someone. And again, much love and light, Lady T.